That was not on the air. Don't use that on the air. Oh, okay.
And action.
Action.
Phil Simms will be the man controlling that offense, and what an outstanding quarterback he is. Simms back to throw. He pops one, and it is caught. Dawn Hunter.
You are so busy, and you've been back to Morehead State multiple times over the last, decade or so.
Yeah.
Why come back?
Well, because I owe a lot to them. I mean, my gosh. I mean, if I wouldn't have come here for college, I don't know if it would have worked out for me going to the pros as easy as it was for me. So I started for 4 years, every single game. I got to be the throw, the practice. Hell, I was kind of a coach my senior year because some of the coaches left. And he goes, "Oh, you can take care of the." So, well, whatever. But coming back, it's a way. I want to come back and see certain people. Some of my teammates, they always come down when I'm here. And for 3-4 days or so, we have a good time.
You have always had an impact on Morehead State since you left. I actually benefited from it directly, working out in your weight room on the opposite side of the football stadium. So you've already made an impact. But what do you want in 20 years, that impact of Phil Simms on not just Morehead State but Morehead as a whole?
Oh, I wish I could make a bigger impact. I do, and that always comes around to certain things, helping the school out, donations, all that. And if I played in today's football world, I'd be helping them out, So, but yeah, I feel like I really do feel like I owe it to them to come back. And of course, I always want to come back and meet the football coach and talk to him and kind of see the quarterbacks and stuff like that work out a few days. And I really love doing that. So it's worked out great.
You've ran into people, I'm sure, many times that have seen Morehead State and kind of, raised their eyebrows or kind of, looked a little iffy. What is the go-to story when someone says, "Phil, tell me about Morehead State"?
What's the go-to story? Oh, I don't know. Just the fact that I guess I play. I don't know. It could be the friends I made. I think playing football, and especially when it's hard, it really does bring you together. Your friendships are more meaningful because, everybody knows this. If they don't know it, I'm just telling you again, football is really hard. I mean, it's hard from the physical standpoint. And as I had a head coach, Bill Parcells, he goes, "That's what makes it great because it's so damn hard." And that's true. You think about it, I just want to conquer this somehow. Which really you can't, but you want to because of the effort and the mental fatigue and the physical part of it too. Yeah, it's a great game.
Well, we'll talk about the game then. You had 30-plus touchdowns here at Morehead. What's your most memorable or one touchdown that you still think about the most? Or maybe you mentioned former teammates a teammate that you see that maybe caught a significant touchdown that you all still talk about.
Well, if I was playing college football now, I would throw 30 in 1 year. I mean, it's get inside. You're on the 2-yard line. Well, we got to throw it in, keep the stats up for the quarterback. I mean, that's what they do. But a significant play, it's hard. We never won a game at the end, any of those heartbreakers or whatever. We never had one of those. We either won or we got beat handily most of the time.
You've talked about Morehead State, you getting the reps when you immediately got to Morehead State, but you said pretty much directly, Morehead State helped me get to that next level.
No doubt.
Yeah, could you expand on that a little bit more?
Well, just the fact of training. I had 5 years of training. I had some good coaching and the reps. There's nothing like being on the field and it's live and it's a real game. You can't duplicate it. You can practice as hard as you want. It's still not what the game is. And being in the game, as time goes on, you get the feel for it. You notice things on defense really easily, especially when I got to the pros and I learned more. If somebody cheated a half yard, I go, man, you might as well just run. You're a half yard out of your spot. You can literally see it like that. So it's the experience it's everything.
You were drafted 7th in the first round by the Giants, 2 Super Bowls. Not only did you come from a smaller school up to the pro level, but also one that, as you mentioned, wasn't as successful as you see quarterbacks from a smaller level up in the pro level now. What was maybe the biggest change or quickest change you had to make when you set foot on the field for the Giants?
It's hard for people to believe this, but not a lot. I mean, yeah, I got used to the speed, but that took me a couple days. Like the very first pass I threw in practice with the Giants at training camp, my rookie year, I drop, I make a fake, I look, the receiver over there, he's wide open. I just let me do him. Oh, it was intercepted. Uh-oh. It was different. And so right there was an unbelievable learning experience to kind of broaden my horizon and throw the damn thing harder, get it there before the defense does. But, that what we're talking about, it comes along pretty quick, especially now. The quarterbacks are so groomed and they're ready to play when they come to the NFL right away, which we see a lot of them doing.
With the current atmosphere of college football, not talking about off the field, on the field, do you like where the game is headed from a officiating standpoint to maybe protect the quarterback like we've seen in the NFL?
Yeah, I do. And college football is now taking almost every rule. If you hit him in the college, I saw it last week. I can't remember the game. They hit him low, flag comes out. And, so I like the fact they try to protect everybody out there. And in the pros, they had to make these corrections because otherwise there was going to be like 5 starting quarterbacks at the end of the year. It's just too rough. We're talking about extreme athletes rushing the quarterback, being blocked by guys who are big, but not necessarily that athletic. And so they got to protect them. And I agree with all that. I was with, years ago, Peyton Manning. There was about 4 or 5 of these guys, stars. And we were talking, and I said to him, yeah, man, you guys get protected and just kind of making fun of it. And Peyton Manning goes, Phil, it's life and death. It's rough. I said, I know it is, but I don't want to give you the credit or whatever. But yeah, even now with all the rules and everything, it's still a very, I'm not going to say dangerous. It's just a tough job.
You and I and everyone that's been a part of this production have chatted before the air about the travel that you have made, both during your playing career, when you were broadcasting, and just traveling in general. Where is the craziest place you've ran into a Morehead State fan or a former student where you heard Phil, or Sam? Where do you have a memory that just sticks right out for you?
Yeah, well, quite a few. People visit me when I was in Atlanta. I was coming out to get on the bus, and there was like 3 girls and a guy. And they go, hey, Phil. I said, oh, hey, how you guys doing? And I never really probably talked to them for 1 second on campus here, but we sit there and talk for 20 minutes. And I thought, just kind of go, what I really wanted to say is like, you girls wouldn't talk to me when I was on campus. Isn't that terrible?
Couple Super Bowl rings.
But I was thinking about it. No, I hadn't even won one at the
Okay.
time. In fact, it was the year I was going to win my first. But yeah, I hear it. People yell out Morehead State to me sometimes. And then, of course, my nickname was Whitey. So anytime I hear that name, I know them. And my teammates, when they heard somebody yell my name and I answered, they crushed me from then on. Oh, it's Whitey. Hey, whatever. So
You broadcasted some of the biggest sporting events, football mainly, obviously, in the world, and especially here in the U.S. That's a different feeling than what I'm sure it has to feel like when you go up to Phil Simms Stadium, and that's what it's going to be. What's the difference in emotion, and what is that emotion for you for now and for the future?
Talking about doing the games, there's never a moment when it's over like great joy, because you don't know. It can be your whole, how people judge it could all be on one line that you say. Okay? That won't be the case here on Saturday. The scoreboard, a lot of ex-players that play with me are going to be here. Just everybody in the community, everything means a lot to me. It does. I'm not great at accepting these things sometimes. I should be more grateful, which I am, but I don't show it as much as I should. My wife is the best. She goes, come on, smile. Whatever, she'll help educate me what I should be doing. But it's a great honor, and I don't know if I deserve it, but I'm going to accept it, of course, in the right way. And what it does, it just keeps my commitment to the school going forward. And hopefully as time goes by, I can make that commitment a lot better and, help the school as much as I can.
What is a moment when you came back that was a moment that you always cherished when coming back after you had played here at Morehead State? I would assume Saturday's probably going to take the number one ranking. But before this weekend, what was the moment that you were like, man, it feels good to be back here at Morehead State?
Yeah, well, I would think it probably it's the year after we won in '86. We won the Super Bowl, and why it was so special and everything. I came back and everybody is so happy. It was great to see everybody being happy. I'm sure they had to answer questions about me like, hey, he's not any good. And, everybody does. What do you think my family goes through? This is part of the job. Shouldn't be part of the job, but it is.
Unfortunately.
But when I come back, it was like a celebration we had. And it's like, how'd you like that? It was pretty good, yeah. And, we had such a great time and laughed. It really, winning that Super Bowl really just cleared it all. It's for all time. So, you can't come and make fun of me, the team, or anything like that. We did one thing that's, like I said, is really hard to do. We won the Super Bowl.
Twice,
yes.
But
I would have loved to have been on the field for the second one, but those things happen. People say things, oh, you only got one ring, really. Man, don't say that to me. I played 14 games that year and played well. We were 10-0 at one time. So I don't let people get away with that crap.
I wasn't going to make that mistake, my friend.
No, you wouldn't. I'm not worried.
Thank you so much
All
for
right,
the time
good.
today,
Thank you.
man.
Thanks for having me.